When I was a kid, a lot of people around our council estate, which is a pretty poor estate, had allotments, and I used to love to go along to those allotments, and the guys would have like a little garden shed in there, and it was an escape. It was like a little paradise.
When we were little kids, we left London and Mum and Dad moved us to a farm in Scotland. Growing our own food has always been a big part of our lives. It's a big part of Linda McCartney Foods too. This is why we're helping others to grow in our Grow Your Own plots up and down the UK. Not far from where we used to live in Scotland, our plot in Pollokshields, Glasgow is thriving.
So my name's Tabassum Niamat, but everyone fondly calls me Tab. I've lived in Pollokshields since early childhood, so my local primary school's here, my nursery school's here, so yeah, this is home. They've given me a really fancy title, which is Community Engagement Manager. Essentially what it means is I'm the person that brings people to this lovely, beautiful green haven.
I was offered the job of volunteer coordinator, getting people to come in, show them skills, getting them to share skills, and when the gates were open last July, that's when the people started wandering in, and it just started growing. And I was watching these people grow, and I've never seen so many people grow so quickly.
Bringing communities together is a huge part of why we started this project, and it didn't take long for friendships and a support system to sprout when we first opened the gates at Pollokshields.
I've seen Muna around in Pollokshields because obviously we all live in the same neighbourhood. When I was here and when we were open, she started coming. First it was like every 2 days. Her visits became more regular, and then she was almost here every day. So we just struck this unique friendship.
The bowling green's like a second home because my daughter goes to school just over the road, and the kids love it here.
It's not just the garden that attracts people, it's this new community. People see it and they think, oh, I want to be in that. That looks a good place to be. Especially when we had the fire in McCulloch Street.
We had this fire, which wasn't too long ago. One lady that walked in, she had a 1-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old boy, so no dummy, no nappy, no clothes, nothing. I just put out this post, not thinking much of it. I'm like, folks, please, we've got, these families that are now outside their house. What can we do as a community? As soon as I put that post out, Nicola Sturgeon also shared it, and then it just went viral. Everyone was sharing it. And within 2 hours, our TP was basically packed. It kind of showed the power that a united community has. If you do come together, you can move mountains. We're going to Minna's house. Hello. How are you? I'm good. So Minna and I have both lived in Pollokshields for a very long time. We probably would have seen each other at, different events and just in passing, but we never really spoke to each other. Yeah. And then when Minna first started coming in, it was very curious, and it's like, what's going on here? And then I'd sit there, for a few hours talking to her, and she'd saying, I need a place for me. I need a place for where I can come. I'd love to garden, she said. She started off first saying, could you give me a wee planter so I could put coriander and mint? She just kept going on about her coriander and her mint. And I'm like, don't worry, Minna, I'll get that done. And then slowly, Minna, you just started coming almost every day then.
But I'm telling you, that garden is bringing community closer. I love this garden.
The plot has really been bringing people together, and after some tough times, it's a place of fresh starts too. It's inspiring Tessa to recover from a brain injury.
Volunteering has been a life changer for me because after the accident, I had to relearn. I lost the ability to read and to write and to smell and to taste and do many different things. So what the garden has done for me is teach me again how to recognise what plants are, how to name them again, how to try and remember what things are called. Just given me a process and a routine which has massively aided in my mental recovery. Places like this are super important because no one judges you, no one questions you and who you are. The version 2 of me is because of places like this that I can come and be me.
All sorts of people come through these doors. It's quite a simple formula. If you open your gates, if you're willing to listen, if you make people feel respected and wanted, you'll soon realise actually you've probably got a lot more in common. This feels like home. This feels like it's my community. In a way, this little space, it could be anywhere in the world. It's here in Glasgow, the most wet, grey place you can imagine. But when the sun's out and people are together, even when it is raining, it could be anywhere.
Spaces like these are a lifeline, and with everybody helping each other and growing deep community roots, it can make a real difference, especially if you don't have a garden or allotment of your own. Getting out in the fresh air, getting your hands in the soil, making new friends, having a laugh. There's a feeling of pride when you pick something that you grew and you cook it and eat it together. My mum would have loved this project. Her connection with the earth and kindness for all living things keeps her spirit alive through Linda McCartney Food and these allotments. We can't wait to see how with lots of love and community spirit, they will continue to grow and flourish.